Hello. Let's start with a brief overview of Brazil's economic and automotive landscape between 2024 and 2025. Since this presentation is aimed at an international audience, many of the figures have been converted to US dollars. Brazil currently has a population of approximately 217 million people. In 2024, the gross domestic product, or GDP, reached $2 trillion, with a per capita GDP of about $9,200. These values are nominal, meaning they are not adjusted for purchasing power parity. Converting to the local currency, the real, the GDP was 11.2 trillion reais, and the per capita GDP was 52,000 reais. The Brazilian economy has been operating with an annual inflation rate of 5.53%, recorded in April 2025. Meanwhile, the benchmark interest rate, the well-known Selic, is quite high, 14.65% in May. As for the labor market, the unemployment rate was 7% in March. Among the main economic sectors in Brazil, we can highlight agribusiness, the oil and gas sector, the aerospace industry, and of course, the automotive sector. Speaking now about the automotive industry, the national fleet of light vehicles reached 72.3 million units in 2024, which represents approximately one vehicle for every 3 Brazilians. An important fact, the average age of vehicles on the road is 12 years, a direct result of the high cost of renewing the fleet in the country. In 2024, Brazil produced 2.4 million light vehicles. Of this total, 78% were passenger cars and 22% were light commercial vehicles. In the same year, nearly 2.5 million new light vehicles were registered, a 14% increase compared to the previous year. 1.9 million motorcycles, representing 18.6% of total registrations, and about 150,000 trucks and buses, with an annual growth of 14.2%. Among the light vehicle brands that led the market, Fiat, from the Stellantis group, was number one with over 500,000 units, growing 9.6% for the year. Volkswagen, with 400,000 units, saw a jump of 16%. General Motors, mainly Chevrolet, registered almost 315,000 units, but with a decrease of 4%. Hyundai sold 206,000 vehicles, growing 11%. And Toyota rounded out the top 5 with 204,000 units, an increase of 6%. In passenger cars, Volkswagen took the lead, followed by Fiat, GM, Hyundai, and Toyota. As for light commercial vehicles, Fiat leads by a wide margin, followed by Volkswagen, GM, Toyota, and Ford. Now, talking about the best-selling models in passenger cars, the highlight was the Volkswagen Polo, with over 140,000 units sold. An impressive growth of 26%. Next came the Chevrolet Onix, which led the market in previous years, the Hyundai HB20, the Fiat Argo, and the VW T-Cross. All models saw an increase in sales, except for the Onix. Among light commercial vehicles, the Fiat Strada remains on top, with almost 145,000 units sold. Following it are the Volkswagen Severo, Fiat Toro, Toyota Hilux, and Ford Ranger. While the first 3 pickups are small, the last 2, the Hilux and Ranger, are larger. For the Ranger, there was a remarkable increase of 57%. Regarding the factories located in the country, Brazil has a large industrial base. Present in the country are Audi, BMW, BYD, Cochery, Chevrolet, Fiat, GWM, Honda, Hyundai, Jeep, Land Rover, Mini, Mitsubishi, Nissan, Peugeot, Renault, Toyota, and Volkswagen. This production base strengthens both the domestic market and exports, although most of the vehicles manufactured are still intended for the Brazilian market. The car rental and fleet management sector is also highly significant. The main companies operating in this sector are local companies, Localiza, Movida, Unidos, and LM Frotas, as well as international companies, Ivans and Arval, among others. These companies play a key role in modernizing corporate fleets. And to wrap up, let's talk about energy and fuel costs. In May 2025, the average fuel prices in Brazil were gasoline, 6 reais and 27 cents per liter, which is about $1.11, diesel, 6 reais and 27 cents, or $1.09, ethanol, 4 reais and 29 cents, which is about 76 US cents per liter. As for electricity, the average rates recorded in September 2024 were 91 cents per kilowatt-hour for residential use, which is equivalent to 16 US cents, and 68 cents per kilowatt-hour for commercial and industrial use, approximately 12 US cents. In summary, the Brazilian economy is showing signs of stability. The aging vehicle fleet represents a great opportunity for renewal. Production and vehicle registrations are experiencing a solid recovery. The cost of energy and fuels offers flexibility and competitiveness. And finally, competition among automakers and rental companies remains strong and is constantly evolving. This was our overview of Brazil. If you'd like to talk more, my contact information is available. Thank you very much.
Fleet Mobility Today.